Hello, welcome friends. Today we are going to discuss about how to simulate the performance of biosensors. Okay, so for that you need to open your browser, then type www.vlab.co.in in the web browser. So we are using virtual labs for simulating the performance of KIM biosensors. Okay, so vlab.co.in. In virtual lab website, then you go in the section of electrical engineering over here. Okay, then you can go for sensor and modeling lab over here, and here then you can search for list of experiment. After this you can select the simulate the performance of biosensors, that is second one. Okay, then initially our main aim is to simulate the performance of biosensor. So just starting from this, in order to study the performance of biosensor like pulse measurement using pulse measurement technique, the objective of this is to understand the importance of pulse measurement, to study the technique used for pulse measurement, and to understand the design consideration for biosensors. Then you should go for a pre-test. So in a pre-test there will be a total of, I think, 5 questions are there. So based on this, then once you understand all the process of simulating the performance, you will able to understand these different things. Okay, so these are the prerequisite which is required in order to understand these concepts. Then in theory part, so what are the prerequisites basically for this? So before performing this experiment, you must have a knowledge of working of a diode and LED. Okay, then light spectrum, then effect of various factors that affect the light output of an LED, example temperature, wavelength, etc. Then what do you mean by pulse rate? So pulse rate is the rate at which human heart beats, and pulse is also commonly called heart rate, so which is the number of times the heart beat each minute, that is BPM. Okay, beats per minute. And as heart pumps blood through the human body, one can feel a pulse in the blood vessels close to the skin surface, such as wrist, neck, or upper arm. And counting pulse rate is a simple way to find out how fast the heart is beating. Okay, so what is the importance of pulse measurement? Pulse is checked in order to see how well the heart is working. In an emergency situation, the pulse rate can help to check whether the heart is pumping enough blood or not, and find the cause of symptoms such as irregular or rapid heartbeat, dizziness, fainting, chest pain, or shortness of breath. Okay, so in this way, there are different importance of pulse measurement. Then we talk about the measurement. There are two approaches to developing a probe for pulse measurement. First is transmittance, second is reflectance. And difference is in the way the elements within the probe are positioned. So a transmittance probe has a LED on one side and photodiode, that is a light detector, on another side. So tissue to be imaged is inserted between the two. So here you can see the pulse oximetry. So LED, human finger, then detector, transmittance and reflectance. And there is another reflectance probe has the LED and photodiode on the sun side. So it must be placed over a point with underlying bone. And light is emitted by the LED and pass through tissue and blood vessels. So reflects off bone that passes through the tissue again and is then detected. And significant amount of light will reflect off the skin in the reflectance setup, unlike the transmittance setting. So this will be detected. So the reflectance probe have a high offset and lower signal to noise ratio than the transmittance probe. Then another kind of method, that photolithosmograph. Okay, so here you can see these devices used to measure the amount of blood in the part of the body using light, that is commonly known as a photolithosmograph. It measures the variation in amount of light passing through your finger caused by a pulsatile nature of blood flow, and light source is placed on the other side, on one side of the finger, and light sensitive transducer like LDR. or that may be a cadmium sulfide cell or a photodiode or phototransistor on the other side. And by monitoring variation in the output of the transducer, an indication of blood flow in the figure is obtained. Okay, so this is a simplified block diagram. As you can see, a light source, then human fingers, CD cell, then signal conditioning, that is the analog signal we are getting at the output, then ADC to convert it into digital and to be interfaced with the microcontroller. So this is a pulse oximeter, which uses the basic principle of pair of small LED that are operating at two different wavelengths. And nowadays in a COVID situations as well, how you know how pulse oximeters were helpful in today's situation. So it will be beneficial for us if you know the basic concept behind this and how they are working. There are certain design considerations that motion artifacts. It is a major problem that is observed due to the patient muscle movement as well. Then optical interference, effect of temperature, effect of distance between the source and sensor. There are certain advantages that they are fast in operation, easy to use, accurate reading, non-invasive methods of measurement, reliable, and there are certain limitations like this instrument is used to measure the number of pulses per minute. So it cannot check the amount of blood flow. So that is sufficient or insufficient. Also, it cannot give the account of hemoglobin present in the blood as well. So these effects and these certain limitation we must consider. If we go for before going for simulator, first go to the procedure what we need to perform basically. So in order to work these probes, you need to calibrate the probe to work it accordingly, like in case of thermocouple and RTT we did. So here the step-by-step procedure for calibration of your source sensor probe is given. When you open up the simulator, click on the calibration tab that is provided with a circular disc having 60 equally spaced holes on its periphery. Then disc is connected to a DC motor. So the speed of the motor can be adjusted in steps of 0.5 rpm to 2 rpm. Then select the speed by using drop down tab. Then click on the start rotation tab. Then disc will start rotating and beats per minute are indicated on the display. Then you need to repeat the process for different speed if necessary. Now level 2 tab will be enabled. So then automatically click then you click on the level 2 tab. In level 2 you measure the pulse using given source sensor probe. In order to do this, in order to measure the pulse rate using given sensor probe, select the patient age by using drop down menu. Then reading will be indicated on the display. Then you have to click on the show range in this age group. Then compare the display reading with this range and find out the patient status. So you have to repeat this step for repeat 2 and 3 steps for various age groups. Then level 3 will get activated. Okay, then go for level 3. In level 3, you have to study effect of different type of errors on biosensor performance. Then step by step procedure is that click on error tab, select the type of error which can be introduced or which can affect on the performance of the sensor, that is to be studied using drop down menu. Then for straight light effect, the display reading goes out of range, and for effect of misalignment, drag the LED from its center position in up or down direction and observe the effect on the display reading. The initial reading when the sensor is properly aligned is the same as one as displayed in the measurement part. So one by one, you just now you can open up the simulator. Then click here on simulator. Okay. So here you need to rotate you need to change the speed of motor. Okay. You can select the speed. Here in the select speed drop down menu, you can select the speed like I have selected point. Okay. You can start the rotation. See here the 0.5 rotation is started. Okay. Once it gets completed one complete round, that signals can be recorded. Okay, then on the display you can see beats per minute is indicated. So just wait for completing the process for this particular speed. Okay, you can also restart the process in between as well, like I am going to restart this. So in this, for different speed you need to start the rotation. Okay, then level 2 will be activated after number of readings for different speeds. In this way, what are the steps we have seen earlier, then at the end you can measure the performance. Okay, so here you can see the seconds are decremented whenever the rotation is started. Okay, so you can wait until the complete rotation, wait until the complete seconds. So here also you can observe the signal conditioning circuit for measuring the pulse rate in beats per minute. So in this way, for different speed, like I have selected zero point 0.5 for speed measurement for speed of a rotor. That's done. Now you can also now you can go for level 2 once level 2 is activated. So now you can see the when finger inserted in between, then what will be BPM, and finger will be dependent upon the different age of peoples. So you can select the ages here like 1 to 12 months. Then you can show the range in group. Okay, you can select different years age of people. So heartbeat should be in the range of 80 to 130 for 1 to 2 years. For 2 to 6 years it must be in the range of 75 to 120 likewise. Okay, now level 3 is activated. So here you can see the beats per minute is also indicated. Then once level 3 is activated, you can select the error type of error introduced in the sensors. Okay, so you can add any type of error. Suppose effect of stray light. So what is the effect of stray light? So you should select a range from 2 to 6 years. Okay, selected range. Then effect of misalignment, drag LED to read the error. Okay, in order to, in case of effect of stray, so here you can see stray capacitance, all of you know, like it is in the case of PCB when two conductors are running nearby to each other on the PCB board in PCB layout. So there may be a effect of stray capacitance. So here there is a LED to read error. Okay, drag LED to read error in case of misalignment. So again, in this way that you can start the simulation if you want to perform the complete practical. Okay, so in this way you can go through the virtual simulation. So the virtual simulator video is also available. Then you can go for a post test. So you have to appear for this post test as well. Then certain review questions are there. I think you should go through this. Then references are provided over here, and I think you can also go for a feedback tab as well. So that's all about how to simulate the performance of biosensors, like we have seen the oximeter performance. Okay, so thanks for watching this sessions. We will have more discussion on another